This is Time Home Spec Inspections. Kieran doing inspection this morning. 4232 South Sherman Street. Getting started here around about 8:30 so. This is an ASHI inspection. ASHI is the American Society of Home Inspectors. A copy of ASHI Standards of Practice is given with the home inspection contract and is the contract. What we're looking for here, hopefully there aren't any, but we're looking for any major electromechanical structural problems that may dissuade a buyer from buying the property. The inspection is similar to having an electrician, a plumber, a furnace person, and a structural engineer come out and evaluate the house. That's what we're looking for. And if we find issues with those 4 different systems or trades, then we have the electrician, the plumber, the furnace guy come out, the window guy come out to further evaluate. The reason for that is there's different ways of fixing the same problem. Different opinions, methods, costs, materials, and they change with the wind. So anyway, usually we don't have to have those experts come out, but if we do, we do. Come out, give you a bid, and then you can figure out what to do from there. I'm going to start on the roof and work my way down. It's not a cosmetic nickel and dime inspection either. I'm not looking for holes in screens or dandelions. I'm going to start on the roof here in a little bit. Okay, these are 3-tab shingles. They're not the best shingles in the whole world. They don't make them anymore. Most manufacturers don't make them. And there is hail damage, evidence of hail damage on here. All these little guys here, all on this front slope, or was this western facing slope? There's hail damage, hail damage, and then there's nothing really here. And if you go back over here, you can see it on here. So this slope here got hit by hailstones. And the other issue is that the shingles themselves are reaching the end of the useful life. You can see how they're all fissuring up here. This is usually, granules coming right off. And that's because there's improper ventilation up here. And that they're just junker shingles. These are really bad on this slope. See them fissured up here. So they're being cooked. And then this is improperly sloped. You see the ponding water over here. And this is pretty much, these shingles here are almost bald. It's probably ice damming up here. You can see all the ice damming issues. Which basically when it snows, all the water, the snow hangs out here, turns into an iceberg. Then your snow up here melts, comes down here, hits this ice dam. It can cause all kind of damage with rot, mold, and mildew. And you don't want your gutter draining on your shingles like this either. Definitely don't want your gutters cut on the end and drain right into this problematic area. Close this gutter up, slope the gutter that way, and get it to drain over there. Okay. Here's another reason. One of the reasons the roof is failing is the shingles are being cooked because you don't have enough ventilation up here. Probably need some soffit vents too. And some more ventilation. The more ventilation, the better. These gutters look like somebody tried to clean them out. But you can cut these tree limbs off your house too. The improper V-vent flue pipe on your pipe for your hot furnace. It's rusted out too. You see it all rusting out just because it's backdrafting. It's got a big freaking hole in it. It's rusted out. It's all rusted out there. Hopefully you can see that. You need a new flue pipe. This doesn't look like it's B-vent anyway. I don't think it is. Then you need a storm collar here. Right here. Okay. You need a 10% grade 5 feet away from the house here. Keep the water away from your house. This water can go in your crawl space. So 10% grade, vapor barrier, and rock, decorative rock over it, and then remove all this vegetation. This would be a good spot for a gable vent because you don't have enough vents for your roof. And if they put on a new roof, you're probably going to have to do more ventilation or they won't warranty the shingles. So you need to get the water away from your house here. It's a big deal. Could have damaged your foundation. We'll find out when we get in there. And then you need to put extensions on your gutter. I mean, this water is going to come out and go right back into the house. See all this negative? Yeah. Which is just a fancy word for dirt next to your house sloped in towards the house. That's what you mean by negative grade. This is all negatively sloped here, ponding water right here, and that's why this is all beat up, because the water and the ice is just hanging out here. So you need to get this water out of Dodge, and then you don't want to have this either. You don't want to have anything planted next to your house. You want to, You want to put a vapor barrier plastic sheet down here and put decorative rock over it. So the idea is when the water hits here from the rain, it goes away. But this is all negatively sloped a little bit, okay? You don't really have a driveway here. And what is if a driveway's all beat up? So the windows out, a bunch of broken vapor seals, and you're missing screens too, looks like. So really these windows should be replaced. Ever want to put plantings next to your house, I'd take all this out, plastic sheet and decorative rock over the plastic sheet. The idea is get the water away from your house, do a swale in between here, get this water out of here, extend this gutter. I put a big long 10-foot extension on here. This isn't doing anything. I mean, you're taking all your rainwater and dumping it right next to the corner of your house here. So you need to take this and way out there somewhere. Major outside landscaping. You got a big hole going right underneath your garage slab here. Tree back here is probably time to go. And I tell you what, these pretty pricey to remove too, guys, just so you know. Yeah, they can be $1,000 or so. This is just mostly ugly. Been here forever. Now you can't build like this now, but you know, whatever. You know, you're gonna have water issues all up through there though. Yeah. Yeah, you already see that. You want to keep the water away from your house. Here you got a bunch of little, I call them hairline cracks. I'm not really worried about them. 30 amp breaker just fell out of here. So anyway, anyways, it's kind of an inefficient little box. I think you got some double tapping going on too here. A dangerous box here, dangerous wiring here. You see the melting wire insulation. You got it double tapped, and the reason they double tap these two 15 amp breakers here is because the box isn't big enough. Need a bigger box, and you see a bunch of water coming in here, and you got double tapped yeah, neutrals in here you're not supposed to do, so you need really a bigger box. AC unit is you see it there, 2006. So, and they misinstalled it. It says the maximum fuse breaker is 20 amps, and guess what, you got 30 amps in the box. So this was done without a permit, illegally installed. You got a 30 amp breaker, but the air conditioning unit only calls for a max of 20 amps. Tells you a bunch of things. It was amorously installed without a permit too. Got a leak underneath the sink here. Not really fond of where they did the plumbing. I don't think this is vented either. Well, Jesse, look at it. You need ventilation for it to properly drain right. The sink here, you got your garbage disposal draining right into your kitchen sink here. See how dirty the kitchen sink line is? Kitchen sink line drain needs to go into a standpipe, not directly into a P-trap. Plus you got water leaking down here somewhere. I haven't figured out where it is. I think it's up there. Have no GFIs. Whoa, you do have GFIs in the kitchen. Never mind, it tripped in a different room. That's good. So that be's good. Let's see if this one is. Yep, what a deal. Stoves need to be vented outside in Denver. I don't know about Inglewood, but even if it isn't code here, it just makes common sense. I mean, you got these running, you're going to create carbon monoxide and smoke and set everything off. And it needs to be vented outside for real. Tip over device for the stove. Okay, so I would change these washer hoses out to stainless steel mesh hoses. So your main water supply to the house is galvanized pipe. Galvanized pipe does a bunch of nothing good. It restricts your water flow, rusts out the inside can break, plus it put little chips of rust in your drinking water. This is what a galvanized pipe does. It just rusts out on the inside like that. That's why they took that section out. The hot water here, see that flue pipe going through the ceiling? Okay, it doesn't have proper clearance to the combustibles, and it needs a thimble there. It can't be touching combustible materials. And you also don't have any outside combustion air in here. It's a little closet, so this old ventilation like this isn't allowed. You need to have outside air come to it from the outside. It means cutting a hole in a couple of walls here. And Other than that, should be okay. We got the AC up and running here. Hood on your dryer vent here. Broken window here, no screens, major I think they got broken vapor seals on all these windows, huh? Make sure they pull a permit on this garage here. If it doesn't show up, they can make you tear it out or pull a permit. Up in your attic up here, this is the attic over the garage, over the finished garage. First you got an open J box there, that's pretty dangerous wiring. You got virtually no insulation up here. Need another foot of insulation over this blowing in cellulose up here. You definitely need more ventilation. I put some soffit vents over here. More ventilation the better for your roof. And of course all these extra electrical needs a permit on it, so you might want to check with Inglewood. So you get a lot more insulation up here. It still isn't enough over the main part of the house. That doesn't look too bad. You see those water stains on that's your flue pipe that's rusted out. That's the water stains coming from the rust stain, from the hole, rusted out hole in the roof. So that needs to replace at least the section going through the roof there. Rusted out section. Other than that, doesn't look too shabby. Just need more ventilation, more insulation. One of the reasons you don't want to put a window in your shower, it's leaking underneath here. Got your own window treatments here. And that's scary too. If it's leaking underneath, that could be leaking in the crawl space every time you take a shower. And in between the walls. So you got your floor here in the bedroom. About a couple inches off. And if it's done moving, it's kind of like who cares, but if this keeps settling, then you're going to have to do helical pier repairs underneath here to keep it from moving probably, or some kind of structural repair. And then we do see past patching and cracking, and you can see your door is quite a bit off here at the top of that. So if it doesn't move anymore, who cares? If it keeps moving, and there's no way you're going to know until it's too late. Yeah, it's off, you know, probably a good inch or so. And I guarantee you they didn't build it like this. And it's kind of like, who cares as long as it's done moving. But you can see the bottom of the door. We didn't even need a laser level.
Right.
See it?
Yeah.
So it's off a little bit. And I don't know if in normal is an argument. I don't know. This one cracking in the ceiling, hairline cracking, but this is all nothing that's good about any of this. If we just had one thing, but they're all pointing to some structural stuff going on with the foundation. Corners in the bedroom are kind of out of level here too. This has all been patched up, probably from years and years of leaking windows. This is hollow behind here from being patched up. This is hollow. I could actually push my finger right through there. That's probably from the leaking windows. Cinder block foundation, real porous material. It's not really great for building. Let's put on a footer here, spread footer. The footer's a little cracked here. You have a bunch of water coming in here when it rains. That's what all that mud's from. That can crack and settle the foundation. A bunch of debris down here. Really need to have a company called Complete Basements come out here and moisture mitigate this crawl space. Okay, structure of your house is this little concrete spread footer here. You see it's getting all soaked and stuff with water when it rains outside, and this could be what's settling. It's hard to tell how bad it is. Probably really need to have an engineer to look at this. Yep.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. So this is kind of beat up, that footer there. There's some cracking going on. With all this mud on top, it's hard to tell how badly damaged that footer is. This is more foundation. It's all water coming in, that white efflorescence. Nasty old water. All this debris needs to be moved out, and the exposed dirt needs to be covered with a big old thick vapor barrier. Keeps the mold and mildew out, but you need to correct the grade outside. Somebody cut a big hole in the main support beam of your house. See that 3 laminate wood there? This big old hole some idiot cut in there. It completely destroyed the structural integrity of this floor. Well, this is the main support beam of the whole house. You need to have an engineer. And then wood shims here are just stuck in the mud. There's no caissons underneath of them. These wood posts, and there's no support here at all. These actually moves these little shims underneath here. So you have no support for this at all. This is structurally damaged. There's nothing supporting that beam over there either. It's settled down. You need an engineer. These old steel ducts are leaking a bunch of inefficient. You need these flex ducts, these things like that. Those black flex ducts, these are uninsulated leaking ducts. You waste most of your heat down the crawl space. Another main support beam sagging here. See how it's pretty much badly damaged, beat up. Looks like it's actually sagging right here. That's another main support beam. You need an engineer down here. It's got shimmed up and broken cinder blocks.
What's up, Stinky?
What do you know, stupid? There's damage from leaking too down here, I think. Put these 3 boards in here for a reason. You can see the one is just gone. It's totally gone. Just chipped away this whole area here. And the furnace age is encrypted in the serial number and stuff right there. I don't know how old it is. So you can, that's the data on it. You can find out from an HVAC pro. This needs to be cleaned and serviced anyway. Didn't really pick up any carbon monoxide leaks or anything on this thing, so just need to find out how old it is and have it cleaned out. Furnaces don't last real long in crawl spaces. Some idiot put the condensate drainer right in the crawl space here. That needs to go outside to a drain. Anyway, you need to have complete basement systems to clean all this stuff out here. Put a vapor barrier down here and see what kind of structural repairs are needed. Pretty much the conclusions of the inspection at 4232 Sherman. That's it.